What's up, you guys? JD here, back with another video. And this week we're just going to go over our trades, our setups, what we kind of looked out for. It was a pretty choppy week, I'm not going to lie. Not too much action. There was really good trades to take, obviously, as there is every week. You can make profit. But this week was very choppy, very trappy week. So let's just get into it. Monday, market opened. Whatever, we opened up right where we were. And we had this controlled magenta algo, right? We had the blue. I had charted my blue from the previous week as some sort of support, which explains all this chop. We always had a support fighting with the bears. So it was just very choppy. There was left shoulder liquidity, not very good, right? We had a head and we were trying to activate this yellow algo. So I charted out this magenta. And I took my chances off of this yellow algo rejection, right? When we reject that, I'm expecting the bulls to be building a little bit more liquidity. This is a very small trade, early candle trades. So this is probably expecting 3-4 contracts, right? Take your profit by low of day. Or in this case, we had that magenta. So I took my profits by this magenta, maybe left one runner here to get stopped out. So you just have to make sure you take your profits by the support, right? This magenta, that's the controlled algo. So you have to take your profit by the bottom because that's where you're going to expect buyers to defend, okay? Very simply. Now, there was better trades to take. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. So maybe right here, that would have been a little bit better on RR. Or you wait for the cup to complete the handle and you take the continuation. This is the trade to take right here. So it's okay that we kind of lost this trade. This was a small trade. That set me up for the whole week because I knew look out for the cup and the handle to complete, right? Thereafter, we had this selling continuation. We had the same controlled algos, yellow with the green, right? Taper. So once that green breaks, you already know sellers are going to be here. Boom, take it. I didn't take this trade. I don't know, it was still too close to the support. Even though we did have bearish algos at the support at a important level, so that's very important. But when we were in this blue, when we got back in this blue algo, I knew that the bulls would allow it too. So once I saw this micro green and this micro yellow within this bullish algo, which lets it plus a magenta to sell, this was more of a confirmation for me. My clear stop was up here at this previous rejection wick. Right here was where they were fighting to get it in and out. So take a trade. You got to protect it by the bottom of magenta, always. That's where they're going to be supporting. So you take your profit there and you can hold the runners, but I probably took all my profits by that wick because I wasn't expecting any more continuation, as this blue was always holding up the whole week. So with these two trades, pretty much I was okay. I was a little red because this first one got stopped out. This one wasn't a big size. I just didn't like this market. Very choppy, very weird candles. And to top it all off, we had this bearish algo thrown down, the dark blue, right? So I wanted to wait for liquidity to build. So we have nice left shoulder liquidity here, I would say, right? Got a lot of buyers, right? So that's a nice left shoulder. We had this head for a stop hunt. So I was waiting for the right shoulder at my bearish algos as usual. And we had this, boom, right? Right down to the bearish algo. However, blue support is still in the way. So keep that in mind, right? And I was waiting for a microstructure over here. So once we got this left shoulder, right? Honestly, in the moment, I didn't realize how weak it was. This is a very weak left shoulder, right? This is sellers, very little buyers, very weak buying, sellers, buyers. So a very weak left shoulder, right? We had a head and I thought the right shoulder was going to go through, right through with it. And it didn't work out. Got stopped out. Excuse me. That's 3 trades. I'm done. So ended Monday a little red. Oh well, on to the next day. even though we had the good moves in the afternoon, I'm not going to go ahead and keep trading because that's disrespecting myself. So why did I stop trading? Because I respect my rules and myself more than trying to make money. So I can handle these red days because I know it's all part of the process and I know they have to happen. It's just a cost of doing business. So that was okay. All right, we had this beautiful move over here after with the green and the yellow, and that was selling continuation. Boom, that was the right trade to take. So it is what it is, right? Next day. That's what the next day is for. More opportunity. This was also very nice continuation. You have the taper algos, right? So it's okay though. So Tuesday, right? Tuesday, we had this magenta building liquidity for the bulls, right? And I threw down this blue, which is a taper. This is a support essentially. So they control selling, trapping sellers, right? They broke out of it with no strength, right? Usually out of these magentas, they break out with strength when they have enough liquidity. So since we broke out with very little strength right here, I was already looking for them to build deeper liquidity. So very little strength. They kind of picked it up once they got back into the support. Okay, expected buyers are going to buy at a support. Boom, right? Support. But instead of breaking out of the support, there was a wick. So already by here, when I saw this weak buying, I was looking for puts, right? So I wait, green candle, boom. When I see this rejection, I take my puts next candle, okay? Now my stop loss is going to be off the top of that rejection because if we engulf the rejection, we're going to break out. Easy, simple, right? Now my target is going to always be the bottom of the support, but we do have another support right here, as you can see. So take your 10 contracts here, right? 8 of them are protected by that first support. No exceptions. Doesn't matter if we dump. There's going to be more opportunity, okay? So take your profit. Now this trade is protected. My stop loss is all the way up here, stress-free. And I got this bonus candle right here on the last 2 contracts just to top it off. So that was good. That was a good trade. But the only reason I was able to do this trade is because I was disciplined from the day before. Very simple, okay? Now, disgusting day. Look at this chop. Disgusting. Like, I had to step away. I couldn't do this. Same thing with Monday. That was just, they were playing with us too much. But it doesn't matter because we're just trying to find profits. It doesn't matter where it goes. So after I see this, rejection, it's just staying in the blue. We try to break out. Doesn't work, right? Cup handle, break down. Once we get it back in this blue, I'm going to put my stop above here. And I see these 2 rejection wicks respecting the blue, so I take my puts there. Now, realistically, there's no selling algo, so it's not a very good put play here that I took. However, since we were respecting the blue, I was expecting us to just keep respecting it until we hit 5-day MA, which is down here off this rejection wick. So took some puts, probably took some profits by the bottom of support as usual, right? And I think I kept I think I closed the last one at this candle. I didn't even wait for 5-day. Even though I knew we were going to retest 5-day, I was okay with this, closing them at this red candle, right? So it is what it is. Now, I didn't take calls here, right? Even though swinging 5-day is very safe, you put your stop loss down here and you get an insane trade, okay? Now, I didn't take it this day, but this 5-day MA bounce helped me make profit on a future day. So I'll get into that in a second. Now, once we had this buying continuation, I was looking out for magenta and the blue, right? So I take my contracts off of the top of the blue support, very safe trade. And I try to get it to the top. That was my target, but you have to protect 1, 2, 3 candles. I probably protected most of them by then. We had this red candle, another green candle, probably protected more by then. And once we pulled back, I took all of them out right there because there was always going to be a better entry after, okay? Which never happened. It was too late in the day, so I take what I can get. And, you know, having a green day is indefinitely better than trying to maximize profit, in my opinion, at least, because the profits will come with time, obviously. So Wednesday, inverse cup, right? Quick. That was a quick structure. So you can't really be too jittery on this, too ready to jump in on this, like me. But it is what it is, right? What I should have done was waited for the tapering algos, right? Which I hadn't thrown them down yet. I was just like, all right, inverse cup, let's go. But boom, it didn't work out. So I got stopped out. It is what it is. But I learned, right? Everything's for a reason, because this set me up for a future trade. Again, very simple. Bullish algos here. So there's no reason to be taking puts. If anything, you take calls off of this magenta break. You see, this magenta break, we had nice boom volume, right? They came in, the buyers, boom. So this is okay. Bounce off magenta. That one before, no strength. So once we took these puts, I don't know if I was maybe feeling bearish or whatever, but I didn't want to go long for some reason, even though opportunity was, wow, look at this trade. Usually when I'll take it off of here, that's like right there. Let's say break of blue is going to be my stop. Look at that RR. That's just insane, right? So maybe calls were the better play here, but I was patient, right? I was waiting. We had kind of a double top here, kind of, not really. Realistically, it was buyers trying to build liquidity, and they couldn't break out. They couldn't close this cup. That's what happened. So once this cup doesn't close and they have no strength, right? They have to pull back, or they have to have a retracement and gather buyers from lower down. So I had this blue thrown down, right, off this rejection wick, right? That's where the sellers are. And the bottom of the blue is going to be where most of the green candles are buying from, which it makes sense, right? Look, you have this green candle buying, this green candle buying, these two candles green here buying, this green candle buying. You have this very strong green candle buying. You have this one buying. You have this weird red doji buying, right? So this algo is telling me that once this algo breaks, that's going to set off all of the stops of these candles, right? Very simple. So once all of those stops are set off, as soon as it breaks, look at this, red, straight red, and no way of touching my stop loss. I actually took the trade very early. I took the trade as soon as this red candle engulfed. Why? Because we had this cup close, right? We have this rejection wick, cup closed, handle, bearish algos formed off the blue, right? So the first blue, that's where I took the puts off the engulf. Boom. What a beautiful RR. Untouchable stop loss. Very, very easy. Very easy to manage. So these are the trades you want to be looking out for. Quality setups. Now we had the bearish algos again. Boom. Very simple to take the trade back to back once you know exactly what you're looking out for. I probably took 8 contracts out here by the bottom of this red. Probably left 2 to get stopped out. Oh well. I wasn't looking out for calls though, so which is okay. I mean, you just gotta find the profits where you are. Why didn't we keep going down here? Because we didn't close the cup. Very simple. You see where the bottom of the cup is? Right? This is the bottom of the cup. We didn't touch that. Simply the bulls defended it, so they bought back. Everyone who sold here bought back. Very simple, which in turn closed this cup. And to top it all off, we had this blue, which is a support, which formed the handle, right? Trapping, and boom, gap up, same size as a handle. You see from this cup right here, all of these sellers here just got eaten up by the gap up. Okay, very simple. There's always equilibrium. There's always someone else on the other side of the trade. And that's what people don't understand, but you have to understand in this industry. So I was already looking out for buying continuation. Very simply, when we have gap ups like this, buying continuation. So I throw down my magenta, controlled selling, even though we didn't have it till later. The blue, this just built beautiful liquidity here. Beautiful. I was like, okay, if we're going to go long, we're going to rally. Absolutely. I was looking to go long, no shorts. 5-day MA was right here. So as soon as we touched 5-day MA, what happened the previous time we touched 5-day MA? We rallied, right? So off of this day, I learned. I was like, okay, 5-day MA is beautiful RR. Might as well take it if it's support. So here, no hesitation. I took like 20 contracts, double my normal size, and it worked out perfectly. No hesitation, no stress. Why? Because the RR was just there, and I was confident in it because of that previous day. So sometimes you just got to learn from your previous experiences and not take it in a bad way. That's what I've learned, at least in trading, and you have to be like that. So I took this long, 20 contracts. This was beautiful. I was okay pretty much for the day. I was scaled down. I took another long here. Didn't work out. I got stopped out, but I wasn't complaining. This was a lot lesser size just because, I mean, I wanted to grab this liquidity, so I kind of just took a starter position here, and I was going to enter the full amount up here when this blue breaks. So that was my plan originally. Now, we never got up there, so my full contract size never went into this. But, right? If we don't go up and use this liquidity, then we're going to pull back. Very simple. I had my bearish algos thrown down, right? And I knew we were building liquidity to break through that 5-day. So I took some lottery puts. I did not take like 20 contracts or like a normal size. I just took some lottos. They were, I believe, around here. As soon as I got stopped out of this trade, I took them. I believe they were $14 each or something, some stupid stuff like that, with these profits, right? So half of this trade went into this trade, stress-free. I didn't care about the puts. If we rallied to 600, I don't care because the puts are worthless. So I took probably 10 contracts, $14 each. And it's crazy. Perfect timing. I look at my phone and I'm up 200% on them. Like insane. I was like, oh, well, that just happened. So like very simple strategy. Now, I mean, this isn't the most beautiful structure. We have a nice liquidity left shoulder right here from all of the buyers off 5-day. This is a very garbage head, honestly. Realistically, this is not a good head. I would have liked maybe off of this yellow to reject. That would have been better. But I took the puts. I mean, whatever, with previous profits. So it was literally stress-free. There was no reason to take it. Now, after we had this, sure, you can try to find profit there. I was done. I was like, okay, well, we're good. And that was Thursday. Yep, Thursday. So that was beautiful. There was no stress that day. So Friday was the last day I needed to end the week green. And for some reason, I wanted to do 3 good trades in the morning and stop. That's it. Very simple, right? Well, I was looking out for buying continuation. That's number one, because 5-day MA got reclaimed as support, right? So 5-day was right here and we bounced off 5-day again. So very simple. If I didn't take the trade here, what am I going to look out for? Buying continuation. As well as in the 30-minute, we were still firmly in buying continuation with this cup and handle, right? That's literally the cup and handle right here helped us form this bigger cup and handle, right? So once we had this handle, that was a beautiful handle, which I took the puts on. So I knew I was being part of the handle. So all of this liquidity to build back up, reclaim 5-day, I already knew buying continuation. So magenta, blue, very simple. Now I took my calls off of this bottom of magenta very simply because I was looking out for buying continuation. If I wasn't looking out for it, I wouldn't have taken it here respectively. I would have taken it here and it was too late. But since I was looking out for it, calls, right? Protect, right? Because it's 10 a.m. 10 a.m. is a volume candle. Now this 10 a.m. candle was insane. This was instantly, they went to like I don't know. I probably took my contracts, they were like 34 bucks each, and they probably went to like 70 bucks each, and I closed them out quick, but I didn't close them all out quick, so that was kind of sad. But it doesn't matter because my stop was stress-free. All of my profits that were important were taken out of this candle, these few little candles. So right here, these were just riding. Boom, I took my profits by high of day. Again, very simple. You just have to know where you have to take the profit, right? And my stops were protected the whole time. Even though we had this red candle, almost went for it. This key level right here was my stop firmly. And this, I don't even have to have a stop loss on it because I can close it out by hand since it's just a couple of contracts floating. 4 contracts, 5 contracts floating. I can close them out by hand. Even if we rug pull, well, they're already paid for. So it really doesn't matter. Now, we're still looking out for buying continuation. So magenta, blue. I didn't really like this because very, very weak liquidity. So I like to wait for the liquidity to build more, at least on the buyer side. It's better. Now, I took this trade because we just kept bouncing off this key level. So off maybe this red candle or this red candle, I took a long, I think it was here. So like that. So off this red candle, once we activated this yellow again, take your profits, right? Once that buying starts weakening, right? Weak, take your profit. There's always time to re-enter. So then after I see this magenta again, which the blue, and I had this blue already plotted, right? So I know once we have this magenta that we're trapping sellers right here, and we're gonna go straight for those stops. So entry on the blue, look at how tight my stop was off the key level. Literally no chance of touching me, no chance. So take your profit, and you just have them floating. Boom, take profit, done for the day. Very simply, all by what, 11 a.m. So 1.5 hours, I was already done. Took all my profits, made the weak green, didn't care where we went. And I did take one more trade, I guess, here, but I didn't care about any of this. I actually left, I think I honestly took all my profits by the top here. I didn't leave any runners. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter because I took contracts that were just like 0 DTE. So probably with all this chop and stuff, they wouldn't have even been worth what they were worth here. So I'm okay with it. Now, one last trade I wanted to do was puts, but honestly, I shouldn't have because that's kind of going against the trend of the whole day. But I knew exactly what I had to look out for to take puts. I wasn't going to take my puts prematurely. Left shoulder liquidity, head, within the blue, right? So once we have this little microstructure, right, we have this green candle rejecting the buyer support, then I already know off this red candle that we're going to go down. So boom, that red candle right there for puts is like an 100%er. So 100% on the contract. Take probably all of them off, eight of them off. Honestly, all of them off at that point. It's safe enough. It's already too late in the day to be holding runners. And if we break out of this blue, that's where the big selling is going to be. So I maybe held like 2 contracts, but something that doesn't even matter because of these 3 trades. This is just free. This is for fun, realistically. But pretty good trading week. It was a tough one, especially towards the beginning of the week. But staying disciplined and staying focused and understanding what I'm trying to get out of the market and not imposing my will on it ends up working out. So, this is just kind of for people who are stuck, just to keep pushing that all you got to do is get better and worry about yourself. Literally, that's very simple. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. A long one as usual for some reason. I don't know. I'm still a little sick, so, coughing and all of that should be gone by next video. But I appreciate you guys for watching. Make sure you guys leave a comment if you did learn something. And subscribe, like, help me out, whatever. Anyway, see you guys in the next one and take care. Let's have an amazing week this week. We're going to make hella profits. Let's get it.